forecast first. Sponsored by Matex Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
Well, good evening to you. A calm evening across central Illinois. We had some storms earlier. We put this into motion. You can see those showers that we had just almost kind of shrinking away. And things looking pretty good out there tonight. Very calm. A little muggy, of course. Mid and upper 70s. Still 80 showing up over in Lincoln right now and 82 in Watsika. Out the door in the morning if you've got to get out and about early on. Starting the day with temperatures in the lower 70s. And that's going to be almost a carbon copy of what we had today. More storms firing in the afternoon. We'll show you those coming up. WCIA 3 News starts right now.
Now on WCIA 3 News.
3 people are in the hospital after a plane crashed in Iroquois County. We'll tell you what happened. And state police are enforcing even stricter laws, how they're adjusting to the changes lawmakers passed. Plus, we'll have more information on the death of a 1-year-old, why DCFS says they're familiar with her.
You're watching your local news leader. This is WCIA 3 News at 9 on X49.
Good evening. I'm Jennifer Jensen. 3 people were hurt in a plane crash this afternoon. It happened in Iroquois County in a field near Chibance. WCIA 3's Jen Lask is live near where it happened. Jen, what can you tell us?
Well, it's hard to see right now, but that plane is in a field behind me, and Chibance Township fire crews have been out here throughout the evening, and they're going to stay here overnight. Now, this crash happened around 2 o'clock this afternoon. It's a single-engine plane crash, and 3 people were in that plane. They were each taken to different local hospitals. We do not know the extent of their injuries at this time. The FAA and NTSB will be back here in the morning. They'll be out here investigating, trying to see what the cause of this crash was. And of course, we will bring you the latest updates as we learn them. Reporting live in Iroquois County, Jen Lask, WCIA 3, your local news leader.
Jen, thank you for that report. State police are ready to begin regulating and enforcing some of the new measures that passed legislation. Lawmakers passed multiple measures that impact law enforcement. The leader of state police says they are ready for all the changes. Just this week, they had to prepare for texting and driving to become a moving violation. Director Brendan Kelly says distracted driving is at the heart of most accidents, and state police will be enforcing the new law aggressively. Stiffer punishments for violating Scott's law were also put in place this year.
And this year, we have increased issuing of citations for violations of the move over law by 750%. So it's moving in the right direction. I think there is an awareness that's occurring. I've seen it personally, driving down the interstate behind people. There's a trooper on the horizon. People are getting over. They're using their blinkers. Truckers are being more conscientious of it, but we do have a long way to go.
Director Kelly is chairing the Scott's Law Task Force with other first responders as well as lawmakers. He says the new laws are only the beginning, but educating the public about the changes is key to keeping drivers and law enforcement safe. A Macon County man is charged with DUI after driving into a tree, a utility pole, a building, and a parked camper. It happened last night on Route 48 and Sieberling in Bluemount. Police say a Pontiac Grand Prix was headed north on 48 when it ran off the side of the road. Zachary Dion is facing several charges, including aggravated DUI. A passenger was seriously hurt. They were airlifted to the hospital. No word on their condition tonight. We have a follow-up on the death of a 1-year-old in Champaign. Officials with DCFS confirmed they have a history with the toddler's family. Police say Lauren Brown died after she was shot in the chest with a pellet gun. Champaign police said they are investigating, but preliminary evidence suggests it was a tragic accident. DCFS says they had 3 visits with the family since 2017 about accusations of neglect. The coroner confirms an inquest may be held at a later date. Danville police are investigating 3 shootings that happened in a 24-hour period. The first happened Seminary Street just after 4 a.m. yesterday. 2 men were shot outside of a party. Both should be okay. The second shooting happened at the Blue Store on Vermilion Street just before midnight. A 32-year-old woman was seriously hurt. The third happened on Columbus Street just after 2 this morning. A 20-year-old woman was shot in the stomach and seriously hurt. Police don't think the shootings are related, and there have been no arrests. A lawsuit has been filed against a former Danville teacher. The Vermilion County State's Attorney's Office says Robinson is now charged with criminal sexual assault, and the charges say it happened between June and August of last year. Robinson is not in custody right now. While there were no issues with the holiday itself yesterday, Springfield police are now investigating a homicide. They responded to a house on Bryant Lane for an unresponsive woman. Officers found 29-year-old Shanae Moore. She'd been shot and killed. Police are still investigating. New at 9 tonight, the state is doing something to make vaccines more accessible for low-income children. The Department of Public Health says vaccines are available for kids covered under the Children's Health Insurance Plan, called CHIP, through the Vaccines for Children program. CHIP is a partnership between the federal and state governments that provides low-cost health coverage to kids in families that earn too much money to qualify for Medicaid. The Illinois Department of Public Health director says the U.S. is seeing the greatest number of measles cases since 1992, despite the fact that measles was declared eliminated in 2000. Vaccination is the safest and most effective way to help prevent measles cases and outbreaks. A pillar in the Vermilion County community has passed away, but not without leaving behind a legacy. Julius Hagler was a Millikan University graduate, a former pilot in the Korean War, and continually gave his time and money to the community he lived in. Most notably, Hagler donated around $6 million to the Danville Area Community College. He also donated to Danville Public Schools, the Vermilion County War Museum, Balloons Over Vermilion Festival, and the list goes on. The Danville Area Community College voted to nominate Julius to receive an honorary Associate of Arts. Even though his passing leaves a hole in the community, the legacy he's leaving behind will be remembered for years to come.
He's pretty much laid the groundwork for success in this community like we've never seen before. I mean, the whole revitalization of the downtown area, where the cornerstone is this Fisher Theater, where he's worked with a lot of community people to build that up.
The Danville School Foundation created a scholarship fund dedicated to Hagler. Anyone interested in donating can contact the Danville Public School Foundation. It's been a rough spring and early summer at one Central Illinois racetrack. Why the checkered flag hasn't been waving as much this year.
Well, temperatures today actually were pretty close to average. Readings there around 84 for the high, running just barely below that normal mark. Sun is set tonight on the Roofing Dog Eye at Flooring America weather camera. Those evening storms, are we done? We'll look at the rest of the weekend, how there is some rain around, but eventually some clearing coming our way. We'll talk about it coming up. Weather quiz. It's a massive streaks of rain appearing to hang under a cloud and evaporating before reaching the ground. It's known as what? Vil, Virga, Vort, or Vapor? We'll have the correct answer in your forecast coming up.